Chapter 3. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. Place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Blah, 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 blah. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Is that blood or rust?
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Wow. Bradley, you surprise me. You're a pretty good cop.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Last one.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Don't go dying on me, man.
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives. Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
I thought they died in a fire, in a car.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
Whoa, that looked like an eye or something. Ooh, Bradley's there. Let's go here. Is this a mansion? That's a... Oh. What? The ambience.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Okay.
Poor kid. Poor kid. Poor kid.
Whoa.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
You ready?
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
Let's go. I'll go on ahead. Hello? Hello? Boarded up.
I'll have to find another entrance.
The main entrance. It's always blocked.
This entrance is still in use.
Oh fuck me!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on dark water.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then.
What's
Just
up with
to
the
get rid of
background?
you.
What's happening?
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
What the f-
Pierce,
What now?
now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Wait, I'll just check out something here. That's...
This gate is locked.
okay. Fucking weird graphics.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Okay, so can I go up? Can't see anything. Maybe we can force it? No. Okay, let's go to the mansion.
Pierce, shall we enter?
Yeah.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
You're scared or something? Enter.
Follow me. I know the place.
Whoa.
Who left this light on?
The light is a bit ominous.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Let's go investigate.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Oh.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
What about Sarah?
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
What? The Charles wanted them to eat this piece of meat, which is fairly gross. Look at that. Is that what kind of meat is that? Like an octopus or something? Maybe a scuttlefish? Maybe. Doesn't look very appetizing. I understand why the boy didn't want to eat it. Oh wait. Follow the light.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Alright. Oh what? It's raining? Come on.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. his marriage just a stop along the way. They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way. Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Middle class.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Where's Bradley? Detective mode on.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Wait, what? Sarah Hawkins.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Yeah, man. Remember? We saw his death on the stranded whales thing. Guess that's enough.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
What?
I
What do we
just ask
do?
that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Of course it's locked. What's this? What's that? Oh, it's in script. Can't read that. I thought it was raining. Nice. Medicine. Just great.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
Where'd Bradley go? Upstairs?
This door is blocked from the outside. The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Oh, this place is amazing, man.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Creepy.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Hecate.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 leagues under the sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Okay, maybe I should add points to my stats. Wait, what is it? I want investigation, but I also want psychology. Four. Let's just do occultism. I can. Okay. 4.
There's something disturbing about this painting.
Wait. Thought that would change.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
In high respect, unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Anton Weller. Blocked. Those lightning strikes, okay. Shit!
Locked.
Of course it's locked. Whoa, paint. Just like layers of fear, I guess.
What will her room reveal about her?
Oh, fucking creepy. What's this? What? Medicine. No. Yes.
Perfect.
Oh shit. Okay. Whoa. Is that a head?
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
This is nice. Whoa, a scratch.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
This guy kind of looks like Silas.
Locked.
Nothing? Nothing else? Okay. Jump scare.
Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
Bradley, is that you? There's a lamp. A flashlight would have been nice. It looks like Jill Valentine. Resident Evil. That's me! Whoa, shit. Oh no!
You! Stop!
Where'd he go? I don't know where you went.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Shoot.
The lyrics of The Drunken Sailor, a sea shanty.
I'll cover you.
Where?
This door was closed earlier.
Which door? This door?
Where did he go?
Crap.
This Dr. Fuller, was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist? It looks like an old seaway map.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photo. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
You mean... Atlantic, okay. Okay.
Doesn't...
Let me see. Oh, I have 5 CP.
work. I must have missed something.
Puzzles.
Have you seen the
Man.
old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Okay, what's this? 33 north, 53 west.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Okay, it's somewhere there. In the Atlantic. Was that 33?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Looks like it worked.
Well done,
Bradley.
Pierce.
Charles
Do we have a
Hawkins was
gun?
a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Let's go.